The shrines of the divinities and Sanoin are dedicated to Goddess New, God Oya, and minor divinities. Kobo Daishi invited the guardian divinities of Koyasan from Amano at the foot of Koyasan. Priests in the mountain have worshipped the two divinities since old time. The hall of the worship in front of the shrines is used for religious discussion of the priests that are held on fixed dates. This pagoda is Saito in Western Stupa, was built by Kobo Daishi's successor, Shinzen, in 887, according to the instructions of Kobo Daishi. The present building is the fifth reconstruction of the original building and was built in 1834. There are 36 pillars inside, and with the central pillar, these represent the 37 deities of the Kongokai mandala. 5 Buddhas are enshrined here, with the central Buddha being Mahabharairokana of the Kongokai, surrounded by the 4 Buddhas of the Taizukai. This demonstrates the preaching of the non-duality of the 2 mandalas. This Mahamayuri Hall, or the Kujaku-do, was completed in 1200 at the wish of the retired Gotoba and enshrined an image of Mahamayuri, the peacock deity, by the noted sculptor Heikei. The building was destroyed by fire in the 20th century and was rebuilt in 1984. The statue of Mahamayuri is still extant and is classified as an important cultural property. This Konpon Daito, or the Great Fundamental Pagoda, is the tallest building in Koyasan. After Kobo Daishi Kukai was granted the use of Koyasan by Emperor Saga in 816, he decided to build the first monastic complex entirely dedicated to the teaching and practice of esoteric Buddhism. He planned to construct 2 large 2-storied pagodas diagonally behind the Kondo in the eastern and western directions. Plans called for the Konpon Daito to be about 48.5 meter high, and because of its great size, it was finally completed around 876, over 40 years after Kobo Daishi entered eternal meditation. In later centuries, the Konpon Daito was destroyed in fires caused by lightning strikes 5 times and rebuilt each time. After the Great Fire of 1843, only the foundation stones remained. The existing building was rebuilt in 1937. Architecturally, the Konpon Daito is classified as an early form of the 2-storied pagoda. The body of the pagoda is circular with a square lower story with an attached pent roof and walls. The majestic Konpon Daito is today exactly as it was when it was first constructed and is known as a symbol of Koyasan. The poet Sagyo relocated and constructed the Sangmai-do or Samadhi Hall here along with the Daido in 1177. The existing structure was rebuilt after the Great Fire of 1843. The slope in front of the Daido is called Daido Saka, and it is said that to the east of the slope, Saigyo lived in a temple called GARAN. According to a tradition, Fudodo or Akala Temple was built by Bishop Gyosho according to the vow of Princess Hachijo in 1197. Though the exact date of construction is unknown, it is supposed to date from the later Kamakura period. The altar is at the back of the inner shrine. The roof has a slope. The whole building is reminiscent of the style of the residence in the Heian period. Toto Pagoda was completed in 1127 at the wish of the retired Emperor Shirakawa. The main deity enshrined is Vikiranos Nisa, who is flanked by the two wrathful deities Akala and Kailulak Vijaya. The pagoda that had been rebuilt in the Edo period burned to the ground in 1843, and the present building was reconstructed 140 years later in 1983. Priest Chisen was born in the Sugawara clan of Old Sanuki Province, recent Kagawa Prefecture. Priest Chisen is a nephew of Kobo Daishi Kukai and is known as one of the 10 prime disciples. Priest Chisen dedicated his time to support Kobo Daishi Kukai. However, Priest Chisen passed away at the age of 37 in Tonan in Koyasan. Kobo Daishi Kukai left a letter expressing his deep sorrow over Priest Chisen dying young. The feeling of Kobo Daishi is laid bare in his work, Shoryoshu. OKUNOIN Cemetery is about a 10-minute bus ride from the center of town, where most of the temples, including the famous Kondo Temple, are located. This is the OKUNOIN Cemetery, the focal point of religious faith at Koyasan. This is the sacred site where Kobo Daishi Kukai remains in eternal meditation. Along the 2-kilometer path leading from Ichinohashi Bridge to the Gobyo Mausoleum, more than 200,000 monuments ranging from the graves of feudal lords to various memorials stand among huge centuries-old Japanese cedars. Ichinohashi Bridge is the first bridge of OKUNOIN, is the entranceway to the secret presence of the mausoleum of Kobo Daishi Kukai. It is said that Kobo Daishi comes here to greet visitors and sees them off here. Pilgrims bow here before crossing the bridge. This memorial stone was erected to pray for the repose of all those killed on both sides during the late 16th century Japanese invasion of Korea. It was ordered by Toyotomi Hideyoshi in 1537 to 1598 and built by Shimazu Yoshihiro 1535 to 1619 and his son Tadatsune 1576 to 1638 in 1599. The memorial stands within the grave area of the Shimazu family, the lords of Satsuma.